Okay, welcome back to the Microsoft Excel training. Today we are looking at the HSTACK function. The HSTACK function is also an array function. Now, we have seen some arrays function in this series of the Microsoft Excel functions, like the sum function, the count, and others. The HSTACK function combines multiple arrays horizontally into a single row-wise array. The syntax will be HSTACK, and then you pick your array. So the key features here is that it stacks value from multiple array side by side. Then it automatically expands to fit the combined data. It works with number, text, formulas. It's also useful for merging data from different ranges horizontally. Now, in the Excel worksheet, we can see that we have a data that contains the 6 columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The order ID, product, category, amount, date, and country. So we can do HSTACK by just simply putting equal sign HSTACK, and then we pick our array. So maybe we are picking the product array. We select that range. Now you avoid taking your selection beyond the data because of split error. You can have a spill error that HSTACK will display to you. And so I can take the second data, which is the second array, after putting my comma, and then I can close my bracket and hit enter. You will see that I've been able to pick the two. So it's like extracting data from the original data, having the two array in consideration. And so if I want the third array, I can still go ahead, put a comma, and then maybe come to the country, and then use Control-Shift down arrow to select all that. And then you will see that it has been added to the data. So you can see, but if I pick beyond the range, I will have a spill error. I will have a data spill error. Okay, so, but that's not just what the HSTACK will be used for. We have quite a lot of things that it can be used for. So let's see another example. So I'll take this off. So let's see another example. Let's say we want to create a summary of this data, and we want to have the total, maybe something like the total sales. We want to have the average of the total average of sales. That's the average of sales. We want to have the highest sale, which is the maximum value, highest sales. We also want to have the lowest sales. So with this, we can decide to use HSTACK. We can say equal HSTACK. Then in the array 1, we will put sum of the values. Okay? Then you put a comma. In array 2, you are going for average. And so you have the average of the value. In array 3, you are going for highest value, which is max. So you use the max function. And then, of course, you pick your value. And then in array 4, you are using the main function. And then, of course, you pick your value. So with this, I can close the bracket. And then you will see that I'm able to get the entire array function calculation all at once. So I can get total sales, the average of sales, the highest sales, and the lowest sales just by simply using the HSTACK, but putting the functions in the array. So That's why we say each stack accepts functions. Okay. So now let me now use it for another thing. So this time I'm going to say group by. I'm going to put a group by function. I'm going to put a group by function with the H stack. So I'm going to say the group by function says we should provide the row field. So the row field is this. That is what we are using for the grouping. And then what is the value that we are grouping by? That's the amount. That's that. But when we now get to function, where we are asked to provide the function, we can put the HSTACK function here and say provide sum, provide average. I think this will be fine. Provide the sum, provide the average, and also maybe the count each of the transaction, or also maybe the highest of all each of the product, and then maybe the lowest of each of the product. Okay, so we have used the H stack to stack all the functions that we want to work on. Okay, and then if we want it to show field header, we will say, and now the field header request is going back to the group by function. We are done with HSTACK by opening HSTACK and putting all the function there. So we can say, okay, yes, show the header, okay, and that will be fine. So we close the bracket and we hit the enter key. And so by so doing, you see that I have the sum average marks of all the values. So each of the total sum, each of the average of each of the product, average of count of each of the product, the highest sales of each of the product, and then the lowest sales of each of the product. Okay. We have a situation where we have a division by zero error here. So that's one you can easily capture, and if a division by error function, you can put it here and ask what you should display if it counts, if it finds a division by error. That can be added before the stack. Okay, so this is a very good example of the HSTACK. So you see that beyond just stacking values together, like what we did before. So I pick this, I pick that entire range, I put a comma, then go to the next, the next value I want to show, this, and I put that, select everything, close the bracket and hit enter. You can see that it can stack value, can help you to stack based on formula functions, and it can even give you a statistical analysis of your data. So that is HSTACK. So we'll come back again and look at another one, which is called the VSTACK. So see you in another video. Bye for now.